You've survived 456 days in orbit. No gravity, no privacy, no escape. Today is supposed to be your last day until they tell you your country no longer exists. You look out the porthole at the world below. The borders you pledged to die for are dissolving. Gravity is the only law that hasn't betrayed you yet. You rewind the clock to the sweat and sparks. You aren't a pilot yet, you're a welder. You build the fire that will eventually burn you alive. You stand against the wall and hold your breath. You aren't a patient, you are a specimen. If you are 1 inch too tall, your dream dies here. You feel the rubber hammer strike your nerve. Your leg kicks, but your face remains stone. They are looking for a weakness that will kill you in orbit. You strap yourself into the metal beast. This isn't a chair, it's a torture rack. You trade your comfort for the chance to leave the atmosphere behind. You feel the blood drain from your eyes. The machine tries to crush your skull into paste. You don't pass out, you force your heart to beat harder. You zip up the white armor of the state. You are no longer a man. You are a symbol. This fabric is the only thing holding you together. You take the envelope with the meager rubles. It won't buy a car, but it buys glory. You starve your stomach to feed your hunger for the stars. You climb the steel rungs toward the sky. The wind bites, but you don't feel the cold. You are ascending the altar of a god made of fuel. You seal the heavy hatch above your head. The world of men is gone now. You are locked in a bullet chambered for the heart of the void. You feel the firelight beneath your spine. You aren't flying, you are exploding upwards. The vibration tries to shake your soul loose from your rattling bones. You watch the blue sky turn to black. The engines cut and silence floods the cabin. You have punched a hole in the sky and survived the fall. You float into the belly of the station. Gravity is a memory you left back on Earth. You catch the wrench like a magician performing for an empty room. You drift to the window and look down. The Earth is a marble you could crush in your hand. You feel like a god, but you are just alone. You watch the days peel away like skin. The mission was supposed to be short. Time is a predator here, and it is slowly eating your life away. You listen to the panic in their voices. The orders stop making sense. The people who sent you up are too busy fighting for scraps to bring you down. You open the cabinet to find the emptiness. You count calories like a miser counts gold. Hunger is a sharp knife that twists slowly in your gut. You see the bread they fight for below. Your country is starving while you float in luxury. You would trade this view for a single crust of rye. You trace your path across the stars. You are a shooting star that never burns out. The world forgets you, but you watch them burn every night. You run on the belt to nowhere. Your muscles want to dissolve into jelly. You fight the atrophy because if you get weak, you will never walk again. You stare at the faces you left behind. They are growing older while you stay frozen. Grief is the only luggage they let you bring on this trip. You read the message that seals your fate. They sold your ride home for spare parts. You are an asset written off the books of a dead empire. You fix the pipe that keeps you alive. The station is rotting around you. You are the janitor of a castle that is falling out of the sky. You watch the city lights flicker and die. The power grid fails down there too. You are witnessing the end of the world from the front row seat. You feed the only other living thing here. This plant is your only friend. You share your water because its green leaves remind you that life exists. You watch the digital counter mock you. The flag on the screen changes colors. You left as a Soviet, but you will return as a ghost without a country. You lock the helmet onto your collar. The airlock hisses like a snake. You are stepping out into the void because the inside is too small for your mind. You float at the end of the tether. The nothingness tries to swallow you whole. You are a speck of dust challenging the infinite darkness to blink first. You pull yourself back into the metal womb. The rescue finally came. You crawl into the descent capsule like a bullet loading itself back into the gun. You grip the lever with the stranger. You trust this man with your life. You pull the handle and pray the heat shield doesn't melt your skin. You fall from the heavens in fire. The atmosphere screams as you tear through it. You are burning a scar across the sky to mark your return. You hit the ground with the force of a crash. The earth welcomes you with a punch. You are home, but your body doesn't remember gravity. You claw your way out of the hatch. The air tastes thick and heavy. You try to stand, but your legs are made of glass and they shatter. You let them carry you like a child. You are a hero who cannot walk. The snow freezes your face, and it is the best thing you ever felt. You sit in the chair they bring you. You are frail as a bird. They wrap you in wool, but the cold is deep inside your bones now. You watch the hand tear off your patch. The hammer and sickle is trash now. You bleed loyalty for a country that died while you were away. You stare at the new colors on your arm. You don't recognize this flag. You are a stranger in your own skin, wearing a uniform that lies. You grip the bars and force a step. Gravity is your new enemy. You fight for every inch because a pilot who cannot walk is already dead. You stand tall when the cameras flash. They want a legend, not a cripple. You smile for the papers, but your eyes still see the black void. You sit at the desk and pick up the phone. You are a bureaucrat now. You trade the joystick for a receiver and fly a desk through red tape. You spin the world under your finger. It looks so small from here. You know the borders are fake lines drawn by men who never saw the whole. You shake the hand of your old enemy. The Cold War is over. You build a bridge with the men you were trained to destroy in the sky. You sit in the box that mimics flight. You teach them how to survive. You share the secrets of the dark so they don't die in the light. You look out the window at the tower. You are going back up. The itch never leaves your blood. The ground was always just a waiting room. You ride the American fire into the clouds. The rumble feels different this time. You are rising on a pillar of smoke to reclaim the silence you lost. You clap your hands in the zero gravity. There are no nations up here. You are just two fragile souls floating in a tin can against the universe. You drill the bolt into the new station. You are building a city in the sky. It is a monument to the peace you found in the vacuum. You float in the window and see the unity. The modules locked together like hands. You see the future, and it doesn't have any flags on the hull. You walk out of the capsule on your feet. You mastered the gravity. You return not as a victim, but as a conqueror of the force that binds. You bow your head for the heavy metal. Another ribbon for your chest. It shines under the lights, but it feels lighter than the air you breathed up there. You point to the red planet on the screen. The moon was practice. You are plotting a course for a world where no human has ever set foot. You nod to the suits at the table. They listen to your wisdom. You are the elder statesman of the stars, guiding the children to the edge. You hang up the code in the quiet hall. The silence here is different. It isn't the peaceful void. It is the quiet waiting room for the end. You sit among the relics of your life. The patches are fading. They are receipts for the adrenaline you spent, and now the account is finally empty. You touch the dust on the red star. It represents a lie you lived. You mourn the empire that abandoned you, even though it tried to kill you. You stand before the young minds. They look at you like a history book. You try to tell them that the sky isn't the limit, it's the beginning. You speak of the rockets and the fire. Your voice cracks with age. You are planting seeds in their minds that will grow into ships long after you go. You stare at your old metal coffin. It looks so small now. You realize you spent your best days inside a box that is now just a display. You lean on your cane and dream. The red dust calls to you. You are too old to go, but your spirit is already walking on the dunes. You sit on the bench as the leaves fall. The gravity feels heavy today. You are a grounded bird waiting for the wind to pick you up again. You watch the boy run with his screen. He is lost in a digital world. He ignores the real sky for a pixelated copy in his hand. You see the rocket flare on the glass. The technology has changed. The fire is the same, but the eyes watching it are young and full of hope. You catch the boy's eye and nod. He doesn't know who you are. You pass the torch without a word, a silent transfer of the fire within. You let the boy run into his future. You stay in the past. Your shadow stretches out, reaching for the horizon you can no longer chase. You close in on the spark in your eye. The rocket is still flying. You are not on the bench. You are aboard that ship, soaring forever. You shut your eyes and let the world fade. The noise of the park dies. You are drifting back into the comfortable silence of the eternal void. You watch the blue dot shrink to nothing. You are finally leaving orbit. The tether snaps, and you drift into the peace that you have always chased. You see the spark ignite in the dark. A new hand holds the torch. The dream didn't die with you. It just moved to a new pair of hands. You read the writing on the wall. The wheel turns without mercy. You were just a passenger, but for a moment, you drove the machine.